running 1 minute 14 laps to Pagano's 1:10. So Pagano now completely in the clear.
So is Bourdais. I think this is going to be a wild final lap. Graham Rahal hanging on as Newgarden and Power are right there now with the lead group.
21 of Joseph Newgarden was able to get by Will Power. And so now it's Newgarden that's going to close the gap on Rahal to see if he can take second away.
Just a perfect flip-flop from last year. It was Rahal on the charge. Newgarden holding him off. Now Newgarden has a chance to come back.
What a great battle here for the final 2 spots on the podium. Graham Rahal trying to hang on for second. Joseph Newgarden, after winning last year, has moved up to third. Will Power back to fourth.
And one of the things that's helped Graham, he's been using the push to pass as Pagano is on cruise control.
What a run for the 22 of Simon Pagano. It looked as though he wasn't going to be able to hold off Graham Rahal, but then after the damage, Simon Pagano checked out on the field. Pagano coming out of 15. He'll see the checkered flag for his 6th career win. What a run.
Flag displayed, and we're in the final lap of the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Last time a driver won 3 straight races in the Verizon Indycar Series, the last 2 races of 2013 and the opener of 2014. It was Will Power that did it for Team Penske. Pagano is less than a lap from doing it again.
Don't forget to add those 2 seconds.
Remarkable, isn't it?
Incredible.
Just textbook, just perfect over the curves, consistent, the same thing each and every time.
Remember, for a segment of this race, Simon was not the race leader, was shuffled back to third on an exchange of pit stops and the timing of a caution flag. But they worked it just the way they needed to get him back to the front of the final pit stop. And now he's in the final corners.
As Scott said, this has been a textbook win.
He's going to celebrate a birthday in the middle of this week. He'll have a trophy from Indianapolis for the 2nd time to celebrate it with. As he goes after a spot on the Borg Warner Trophy later, Simon Pagano wins for the 2nd time the Grand Prix of Indianapolis.
He starts at Mid-Ohio, which is effectively on the backstretch, but this will be the finish 1 lap from now as the white flag comes out. Simon Pagano cooking through turn 1. What a drive today.
Last lap, again. Make sure you slow down turn 4.
Slow down, as Kyle Moyer tells him to slow down for the local yellow. You don't want to run through there with too much speed. Well, he had a meeting with the chief steward, and he really didn't like these guys running fast through yellow zone, so he's got to slow it down, get down to just a safe zone here. You can see right here he slows down, takes it nice and easy.
It's tough to do. They ask for 15% off in that segment, but that's difficult for a driver to know what 15% is when you've been driving 100% for almost 90 laps.
It's been a 6-race dry spell as far as wins go for Simon Pagano, and for Roger Penske and his crew. It's been since 2008 that they've won here at Mid-Ohio. 1 corner to go for Simon Pagano, looking for his 8th career Verizon IndyCar Series victory. Simon Pagano, Chevrolet, take the victory at Mid-Ohio.
Number.
On pace, full fuel, low fuel. That's Takuma Sato backwards. I believe that's the toe. That uphill turn 6 in the boot.
Dixon will be there soon, and he's going opposite direction to the track.
And he's doing it because he can't see the cars coming, so he wanted oh boy. Now it looks
now
like
he's in the middle of the track.
This might bring out a yellow.
And now he's going to roll back. I mean, you come around that corner, it is blind, so he gets it going. Dixon is not there yet, but that could have been disastrous. You come into that corner blind, and you got a car going backwards and forwards and spinning around. As we see Dixon now, he's only 1 corner away from where Sato was. And here's a battle for second place.
And Newgarden got it going into the bus stop. So Joseph Newgarden with a great drive today.
Oh, look at the speed difference. He's going. He says, forget the fuel, I'm just going to charge.
Kimball on Rossi.
And right now, these are Chevys all pushing at the end here. The Hondas appear to be saving a lot more fuel mode. And Scott Dixon, 2 corners left. let's call it 3, 2 lefts and a right, and that'll put the cherry on an awesome day.
Kimball got by to 8th position. Newgarden up to 2nd, but nobody has anything today for Scott Dixon, the master of fuel savings. He may not win the championship this year, but he wins for the 4th time in 7 tries and Watkins win. Scott Dixon is now a 40-time winner in Indy.
Great run in the opening laps to pick up some spots. And now the white flag in the final lap here at Indianapolis.
What's that smoke from?
That was up ahead of Will Power. Tony Kanaan locking him up in turn 1. Something that the former Indy 500 champ has had a lot of difficulty with throughout this last 2 days of running here.
He's really looking forward to getting off this track and getting into the speedway.
Now properly sees who's in the mirror, and he knows that he's leading, and like a veteran, like a professional that he is, he moves over and lets Will Power go through without a problem.
Rick Mears and Elio Castroneves, along with Will Power, have been tied for 11th place in all-time series wins. That is about to change as Will Power works his way through the final corners and toward a checkered flag. His 2nd win on the road course at Indianapolis, his 1st win of this season, and victory number 30 of his career. Checkered flag at the Brickyard to Penske Racing and Will Power.
Dude, nice work.
Of him having speed as he comes to take the white flag and start the last lap at Detroit, the last road course race on the road course circuit at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Graham Rahal started deep in the field. He started 20th and finished 6th. You do that, yeah, a little by strategy, but mostly by having a good race car, driving the wheels off it, and passing cars.
Well, and the other thing that's really impressive is that this usually, with the exception of this weekend and last week in Indianapolis, is a single car team going against the powerhouses like Penske, like Andretti, and like Ganassi that have 3 or 4 cars on their teams to get information, data, and make the cars better, especially on a street circuit like this that you don't get a chance to test that. That's the impressive thing that I see right now with Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing, and Graham Rahal.
But this racetrack does that every now and again. It has surprise winners, and it's nice to see Rahal's team get right back in front where they need to be. Obviously, qualifying in pole made his job a lot easier today.
Yeah, and I wouldn't call him a surprise winner though. He has been so strong last year as a single car team, and this year he's done an astounding job.
Final 2 corners. 7th different winner in 7 races this season for the Verizon IndyCar Series, and career win number 5 to Graham Rahal at Detroit.
All right. Thank you.
No, he still has to be suffering from that massive impact as we take the white flag lap here.
1 to go. That is all, less than 3.5 miles. And Alexander Rossi can get his first road course victory in Verizon IndyCar Series competition. He only has 1 win in IndyCar competition, but it's the biggest win you can have, the Indianapolis 500. What a day this has been, not only for Alexander Rossi and the Andretti Autosport team and the Napa 98 squad, because it hasn't all gone their way. They had those refueling issues, and Alexander had to come in off sequence very early in the stint. A caution came out, a really timely caution came out, which aided them. But nonetheless, he has had the speed all day long.
And Paul, I love how Alexander Rossi is finishing this lap with anger. He's not just coasting it in. He wants to prove the point. I belong at the front of this field everywhere we go.
Well, you can't afford to let up on the gas pedal. You can't back yourself up to a guy like Scott Dixon, because he will pounce no matter what lap it is. But a nice, clean finish to the race here for Alexander Rossi.
Alexander Rossi has woven together the perfect race today. It didn't look like it was going his way, but it is now. And the 25-year-old American gets his first road course win. Rossi wins at the Glen. Giving up. 1 lap to go.
1 to go. Plenty of push to pass.
That's the voice of Rob Edwards, the strategist for Alexander Rossi at Andretti Autosport. What a weekend it has been. for this man here.
And you know what I think speaks volumes about the IndyCar series, how competitive it is? As they run right now, you would have 5 different teams occupying the 5 top positions in the championship.
Fantastic.
We're in for a great season.
Third different winner in as many races in 2018, with Sebastian Bourdais winning in St. Petersburg. Last weekend, Joseph Newgarden with that pass for the win with just 2 laps to go, and now a dominant performance from Alexander Rossi. The kid who grew up right here in California, left and went to Europe as a teenager, actually lived in the Czech Republic before going to Europe in the UK. And here he gets one of the best wins of his career in his home state. The Long Beach Grand Prix 2018 belongs to Alexander Rossi. What a win!
Winner, winner. Good job, buddy.
And
No answer. Let's move it along.
Nice. Easy this lap.
final lap coming up.
Down to 12 seconds from 20, so he's really backed the pace down. 23s, 1 minute 23s. The other guys, Hunter Ray, Hinchcliffe, are running 21, so he's really listened to Cindric and slowed this thing down and going to bring it home.
You know, we mentioned, I think it was yesterday, Paul, and even in qualifying, we said to young drivers, to go-karters, if you're aspiring to do something or be like someone, this guy is your perfect model, because he's got it all. He's got the charisma, he's got the speech, he's got the presentation, he's got the driving acumen. He's got it all, but it's been a long road, and he needs to thank Ed Carpenter, Sarah Fisher, Wink Hartman, everybody all the way along. I spoke to Ed Carpenter about it a couple of days ago, and he said, we've got a real sense of gratification and accomplishment in being able to nurture Joseph. And he said he remembers the day they went out to lunch, and Joseph said, I'm moving on. I've got an opportunity to go to Team Penske. And as a driver and as a team boss, Ed Carpenter said to him, if I was in your shoes, I would do exactly the same. There's no hard feelings. And you're watching somebody who is very special. Joseph Newgarden feels at home because his real home in Tennessee is not far away, and Joseph Newgarden wins the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama.
Flag waves at Indianapolis over Will Power.
Keep your eyes on Will and see if he bobbles.
I think that was Mike Hull I heard saying run hard, message to Dixon, if I heard that correctly, so it'll be interesting to see. Means get up there, get close, so if Will Power has a bobble anywhere, you can take advantage.
Pretty good fight for 4th and 5th place in this last lap, as well as Rossi is trying to find a way to do something with Bourdais. Wickens is clear of them by a second, but there's the gap, 1st to 2nd. Does Will Power have enough fuel to get around to the checkered flag without Scott Dixon catching him?
His last lap, Alan, was 1 second slower than the lap before.
Final corners coming up here.
A textbook drive, guys. That is amazing. Great job for Will Power.
Fell behind at a point in the race, kept after it, came back around, and the checkered flag for the 3rd time in 5 years for Will Power in the IndyCar Grand Prix.
Pole position. And remember, he had pole at Texas, which gave him such a great pit stall position at the front of the line, the end of pit lane, nobody in front of him as we get the white flag. And so for Newgarden, that lap that he put in qualifying, Paul, was superior. I mean, he's such a tough-as-nails guy, was so bold with his move in the last corner to secure pole.
He's been so dominant all weekend, right from the green flag dropping in the first practice. But, man, you got to be impressed with Scott Dixon. He has put in a drive today that is what you would call a championship drive, where you don't have the best car, you had a bit of a bad run in qualifying, and to bring your way through to the podium, as we look at him here going into turn 5 for the last time, this is what it takes. He knows exactly what it takes to win championships. He did this at the Indy Grand Prix all the way from the back, but this is an important day, I think, for Dixon for points.
Well, Joseph Newgarden gets to join Penske, proud Penske drivers, Will Power, Paul Tracy, Emerson Fittipaldi, Danny Sullivan, to have won at Road America for the captain. And that Even though drivers say, yeah, I don't look at records, etc., they do. And it means a lot, because when they do get a time to reflect, they're the kind of things that resonate the most. He won in Phoenix, and he won in Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park. And speaking of Barber Motorsports Park, that was the site of Joseph Newgarden's first IndyCar career win. This is going to be number 10. How about that? He's racked them up in very quick succession, but this track is a special place, and this drive was extra special. Joseph Newgarden wins the Cola Grand Prix to get back in this championship chase.
Guys, just ride behind the back.
One more lap of Sonoma Raceway. Just under 2.5 miles to complete the 2018 Verizon IndyCar Series season. One that has been memorable for so many reasons. In particular, this man, Scott Dixon, who has led for the last 8 rounds in a row. He's had 0 DNFs this season.
About 6 corners to go, and I'm sure Scott Dixon's looking in his mirror at a fiery Will Power thinking, don't you dare get anywhere near the back of my car.
Portland 2 weeks ago, major off in the second corner. He was in the dirt. That was the championship winning drive of the year, I feel, that really saved this championship for him. And today he's just kind of been in the driver's seat and controlled his own destiny and done what he's needed to do to win this championship.
So Ryan Hunter-Reay is on target to win the race. Scott Dixon is on the verge of something truly special and significant. This real family man, father of 2 girls, is in his 304th race today. But something that hasn't been done in 51 years since A.J. Foyt did it, Scott Dixon is about to become a 5-time champion. Credit where credit's due. Ryan Hunter-Reay wins the Grand Prix of Sonoma, but we witness something that hasn't been done in more than half a century. Scott Dixon is a 5-time IndyCar champion. We're getting ready for another one. White flag out, 4 more miles. Who's going to win the Cola Grand Prix?
And Will Power has to be coached on his push to pass, Paul. Use up that power. He's got 2 left.
He was on it. He's going to use it the next straightaway, and he's going to use it after the carousel, the 3 long straightaways. But Tony's right there, and he's got to make it happen now.
Those overtakes, bud.
And Tony's used everything he has left, so he has to do it on corner speed. I don't know if he's going to be able to tow on Power with 2 push-to-passes.
You can see the push-to-power. Power's on it. He's pulling away on the straightaway. So if he can get through these next section of corners clean, it's pretty much game over, but anything can happen.
Paul, I think his best chance is right here. Get a good exit, try to stay close in the kink, and get him on braking for turn 8.
For Canada corner.
Not close enough.
Before Canada corner. Down to turn 8 and getting ready. Half a lap left to go. Tony Kanaan hasn't won a race in a season and a half. Fontana 2014 was TK's last victory. Carousel for the final time.
I'll tell you what, it's gotten a lot harder for Power this last half of the race. The last 10 laps, it's been a struggle. He had everybody covered earlier.
1 more push to pass used for Will Power.
And that's his last one, and look at what it delivered for him. Look at the gap that 3 push-to-passes earns you over 1 lap. 2 corners to go for Will Power. Now he's out. If Tony Kanaan can close, he might have a chance up the hill.
2 more corners left. Tony Kanaan, what a race weekend he's put together, but not quite enough at the end. The Cola Grand Prix is won by Will Power for Team Penske. Detroit and now Road America. Will Power said today, a very diverse and complete racer, and he is 1 lap away from being crowned an IndyCar Series champ.
And this is the gravy lap. This is where you take it all in. Big smile, a focus, point to point. But man, what a job. He's earned every bit of this championship win. Just a few more corners.
It's not over yet because Graham Rahal is not out of his sight. He can't afford to make a mistake here, but we'll probably see him dive over the hill here. 1 more push to pass. He's still got 7 push to passes, more than anybody in the field. Look, the green light's on. Push to pass. He knows he's got enough fuel. The guy has been the master of the fuel and tires today. and he's just going to bring it home.
Pagenaud may not have the reputation like a Will Power as being super aggressive, but he is. He thrives. He relishes on pressure situations, and when the biggest pressure situation of his racing career has come calling, right here, right now, he has responded.
And there's been significant milestones this season. His first win for Penske at Long Beach, his qualifying performance at Iowa, the pole position yesterday over Will Power, all of that has built confidence.
And this is it. Not only did he stamp his authority on it to get that pole position, but now, at the final race of the year, he gets his first win in Sonoma, and Simon Pagenaud is the 2016 Verizon Indycar Series champion. Our team owner, a lovely man who passed away recently, Mo Nunn. Also Dave Mirage, Le Mans winning sports car team owner and ALMS sports car team owner, left us and passed away recently. And of course Sergio Marchionne, President and CEO of Ferrari, CEO of Fiat Chrysler. Really a lot of sadness in the racing world lately with some iconic figures. And our thoughts are with their respective families.
Ed Brown looking to get back on the lead lap.
Ed Brown or Ed Jones?
Or Ed Jones, sorry, looking to get back on the lead lap, and he does. Rossi easily lets him go by an extra lap. So Jones.
Rossi needs to soak this up. Look, round past the hill, all the fans. That's what it's about here at Mid-Ohio. Grabbing a chair and a cooler and sitting on the hillside and watching some classic road racing at an amazing circuit. Qualifying on the pole yesterday meant so much to this guy. He doesn't show a lot of passion, but boy, did he yesterday, as Kevin told us earlier. And now, with his strategist to win this in this such a dramatic way, how about that? Alexander Rossi!
Great job.
Victor.
Corner there, white flag is out. Bourdais got to make something happen at turn 2. This is turn 1. He's got to try to get clean air on the front wing here.
Look at how clever Dixon is, staying as low as possible, disrupt the air for Bourdais. Dixon knows if he
got to
can
run.
Take the air away, Bourdais cannot make it happen. Dixon's going to defend here.
He had to run, but not close enough.
But he might get a run on him here.
No.
Drifts wide, that hurt Sebastian Bourdais. Half a lap to go for Takuma Sato.
He's got one more chance as they run down through here into the chicane and then coming onto the back straightaway that has some S's in it. If he stays close here, he might have a shot. He's got to be all over that push to pass.
I don't think it'll happen. Scott Dixon, a master of figuring out how to make it difficult for the driver behind. He does it so subtly.
Takuma Sato will continue this trend. There's a pretty good one. If you get the pole position here at Barber, about 50% of the time you're going to go on and win the race, and that's going to be the case here. It will be his 4th career win and 4 different tracks. What a day for Takuma Sato. He wins for the first time at Barber Motorsports Park.
Having hamburgers at your place tonight.
Turn on the hot tub. One to go at Long Beach. 11 corners with an almost 20-second lead. What else do you need to do?
So last year he dominated the majority of the sessions, including the Sunday warm-up. It wasn't like that this year. He kind of crept up on it throughout the practice sessions. He did lead the final practice session.
However,
and then qualifying was something else.
Qualifying was an absolute hammer drop on the field. Big margin over the rest of them. And the question is,
we got a race here.
Can Graham Rahal hold off the 5-time champion and former Long Beach winner?
Rahal's out of push to pass. Rahal is at 0.
Stay on this, because I think we're going to have a race down to the final corner for the podium spot right here.
No push to pass versus 22 seconds push to pass for Dixon.
But Rahal was smart. He doesn't really need push to pass except for this back straight, which is pretty short. So if you're going to end up with 0, oh, Rahal locked his right front.
Meanwhile, the checkered flag is out. The Acura
Winner,
Grand Prix of Long Beach.
Oh, big block.
Is won by
This little bubble of clean air might help Rossi get a big run through turns 1 and 2.
Final lap, and it's a 3-way shootout. Is Sato even in it? Here comes Rossi. Rossi is clawing Simon Pagenaud back out of turn 2. Down the back stretch for the final time. And Pagano's trying to run away, and Rossi's not letting it happen.
Still single file. Looking outside.
Rossi on the high line. He has to tuck it back in. The short shoot.
Clear by 2.
Rossi's going to have a massive draft on Simon Pagano into the home stretch. Less than half a mile. Simon Pagano sweeps him at the May and wins his maiden Indy 500. How about that? His first ever here at Toronto. White is out.
Okay, one more lap here. One more lap. Have to hit the number.
He's still got to hit the number. Can he make it all the way around? He comes on to the
You're doing awesome
lakeshore.
here.
Does he have the fuel to make it to the end?
Well, he can at least take a small breath knowing that there's a car buffering him as Ed Jones nicely lets Dixon by.
Will Power into the tires.
It's not good, and he's going to be stuck. Maybe. Boy, that's an authority in reverse. I've never seen that.
That will break a gear in reverse, and that's right by the last couple of corners. Will that be an issue as we come down to the end? They're one corner away from full course yellow.
Full course yellow.
He's still on the tires. Turn 8. Stay to the right.
Everybody got to take it easy.
Pagano's going to be saying thank you very much, Will Power.
Wow. And that is the second incident in the same corner for Will Power in this race after working his way unbelievably up into the top 10. So the race will finish as it is.
Great job.
Checkered flag out from pole position to victory lane. Simon Pagano wins in Toronto for the very first time. And Dixon says, well done. That was in the 2019 Indycar season. And there is a huge gap back from Power back to Dixon. It's down to these two guys for the win. As Pagano got by, he's not giving up.
He's going to go for it on that inside. Look at that. He blocked the inside, made him go to the outside now. He covered that inside move, Townsend.
Dixon's turning that Indycar into a dually. That thing's so wide.
And up front, Colton Herta, after winning his third NTT P1 pole award yesterday, has just constructed and executed a beautiful race. He's led 82 laps of this 92-lap race. He's got a champion and an Indy 500 winner just all over the back of him. Colton Herta has done an awesome job. Just awesome. He's endured some frustration this season with some mechanical DNFs, with some crashes, stuff that's gone on that has not been his fault. But what a way to put a period on your rookie season. Power has one last lunge at him. But to add to the Circuit of the Americas win, Colton Herta wins at a track where his dad did.
Great job, buddy.
Yeah, awesome win for the Harding Steinbrenner Newgarden. He is right at home at the world's fastest short track. He loves this place and just performs so well here. He is lining up half a lap away from his third win, and he's going to break a very long trend. A pole sitter has never won here at Iowa. Joseph Newgarden changes that now and gets his first win of 2020. Newgarden wins Iowa at Mid-Ohio. 1 to go.
All right, man, hit your marks. 1 to go.
On day 1 of this doubleheader weekend, the Honda Indy 200.
Everything, there's his wife worried. She's got the water bottle crunched up in her hand, but everything behind Power is kind of stabilized. Ray Hall's kind of lost ground to Rossi. Newgarden's got a small gap to Rossi, so these guys are going to need to get ready for tomorrow because we do it all again tomorrow.
Will's used the ice bath approach before, earlier this year on the doubleheader weekends. Here goes Dixon on Daly. That's for a top 10.
And then Daly's got a pulled off Pato Award. And Pelot's going to make a move as well.
Here we go. They're all swamping Connor Daly, who's obviously got troubles.
Pelot is going to make a move on Pato here. Pato sliding off the corner. This is going to get wild.
Neither of these guys will want to relinquish their respective positions. Meanwhile, the 39-year-old Australian Will Power is bringing it home. He has never won at Mid-Ohio, but Will Power is now a Mid-Ohio winner. Finally, he does it.
Ray, the consistency over the tire stint as the white flag comes out, the way that Herta's been able to manage the Reds, we haven't seen any big slides or big moments with 28 laps on the tires. That's really encouraging with 3 more races to go, all of them road courses, 2 at Indy and 1 on the streets at St. Pete.
He's really done a masterful job today of maintaining the tire, maintaining the
You're all
gap.
good. Keep pushing hard.
And he's on the home stretch now.
When he was a youngster in go-karts, he was watching kids who were getting into cars. And he said to his dad, Brian, he said, "Dad, I'd like to get into cars." Brian said, "If you get straight A's at school, you can go into cars at a young age." He came back with straight A's. Brian kind of threatened that because he didn't think he was going to come home with straight A's. He did. So he's got into cars at a very young age. He became the youngest ever winner in Indycar history a year ago at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. This guy is going to be around for a long, long time, and he's handled it. He's shown his maturity in this race in just his 2nd season in Indycars. He's in the top 5 in the championship, and just like Will Power yesterday, Colton Herta is now a winner at Mid-Ohio. Turn 7, there's the white flag, 1 to go, less than 2.5 miles.
He's not close enough right now to really bridge that gap
Be all
and get
clear
a
to
shot
one,
at the
no
brakes. So he's
pressure from behind.
got to make a good turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and get his last shot will be down the back straightaway.
A lot of this might be decided by what the lap car of Max Chilton decides to do as Power gets close on this lap.
These 2 guys won at Mid-Ohio. Will Power race 1 of that doubleheader win. Colton Herta race 2 of that
He's off a
doubleheader
bunch
weekend.
behind. 8 back. No pressure.
This is the big shot, but he's not close enough. This is his opportunity. He's not close enough. He might be able to do it into 12 if this traffic up ahead hampers Will Power, but I think the Penske driver may just have enough. We'll see. It's going to be a desperate move from Colton Herta to do it. He's only half a second behind
out of
Power,
P2P.
but that is enough at the moment.
2 more corners to go for Will Power. He's hung on this whole stint.
This has been one of Power's best tracks in his IndyCar career. The Brickyards Road Course. Will Power, he won the pole position. He's going to win the race. Power wins at Indianapolis.
Bud. Nice job. Nice job.
Penske